cast its spell on movie theaters nationwide next week. There is no better time to take a trip down memory lane and revisit some of your favorite show tunes that have made Broadway sing for over 100 years.
Yeah, that is exactly what an Emmy-nominated musician, a truly multi-hyphenated performer, is doing tonight at the Byham Theater. He's also a Pittsburgh native, and he's here with us now. His name is Benny Benack III, and he's joined by the social media sensation who's helping him bring the iconic tunes to life, Stella Cole.
Woo!
Thank you both for joining us.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us. Good morning.
And Benny, welcome home. What's it like to come back and play to a Pittsburgh crowd?
I have been telling everyone in the band, I've been seeing shows at the Byham with my mom since I was a kid. So usually come back, played some of the jazz clubs, but to come back and play the Byham is kind of a dream come true, dare I say. And I get to bring Stella and the crew with me, so it's a really fun show.
It's going to be great, and it's one night only. So how did you pull this whole cast together? How did you hand select them?
Well, I knew Stella with her music theater background, Northwestern, if I got that right.
Go Cats.
Right, and then made her way to New York and really started kind of taking the jazz world by storm. And so that was the idea of putting together jazz and Broadway. Stella was perfect, and then both of us have toured with the tap dancer with a group called Postmodern Jukebox. And the tap dancer is just a marvel. He's a hurricane on a tap board. And so once I had those pieces in place, the rest of the band just kind of fell together.
Wow, it's amazing.
I know you guys have been on the road with this. What's the most fun about it? Is it the audience reaction? Is it just like singing on your favorites?
Gosh, I think it's singing all my favorite songs. I mean, I was raised on old movie musicals, so that's, you know, when I fell in love with this music when I was about 2 or 3 years old, watching The Wizard of Oz, singing in the rain. So just singing all my favorite songs from all my favorite Broadway musicals, it's sort of like the dream show to be doing. And I'm also used to touring on my own, so it's so much fun to have Benny, all the things he brings, all the energy he brings with the trumpet, to have Jabba Graybill, who, like Benny mentioned, is just an incredible dancer.
Insane.
It's like a pretty cool variety show vibe. We're having a great time.
We just saw a little bit of Jabu dancing there, and it's fantastic. So how did you all narrow down the song selection? Because there's so many great ones to choose from,
hard.
so how did you do it?
I mean, we say that every night. I feel like we have 2 or 3 caveats where we're like, by the way, we couldn't get to every musical ever. So sorry, leave a comment in the box.
We only have 90 minutes, sorry.
But we really, we get through a lot of them. We medley, we make sure we hit all the classics. And I think Stella and I are both old souls, so many of the songs are from that golden era of Broadway, but then Jabu is also an MC and rapper, so we do a little Hamilton in there. Yeah. So we get it a little updated, a little modern for the old souls that we are.
Yeah, but Benny, people in Pittsburgh may know your name, may know your family's name, and in fact, we have a clip that we want to show, a little video, because your dad is a musician. Your granddad was on Mr. Rogers at one point.
Yeah,
your mom is a teacher of musical theater at Carnegie Mellon as well. But this clip, I assume you've seen it many times.
Yeah, I mean, my grandfather was, you know, gigged quite often, was good friends with Joe Negri, who's still with us in his 90s, Pittsburgh jazz legend that he is. And it was special. I think Joe had kind of arranged for my grandfather to make an appearance on the show. And of course, they had a hit together for the Pirates in 1960 when they won the World Series. The theme song for the team, Beat 'em Bucks, was recorded by Joe Negri and my grandfather.
No kidding.
So they have history.
Wow.
Pittsburgh icon.
Yeah, truly. The other Benny Benack. I'm just trying to fill the shoes, you know?
What has it been like for you, Stella? You know, Benny mentioned that your social media fame has really taken off.
Superstar.
What a platform to be able to use. I mean, really, it is a great time if you have a talent to showcase. What has it been like, your rise?
Yeah, I think it's pretty amazing. You know, during the COVID lockdown, I went from my college dorm and moved home to live with my parents, sort of in the middle of nowhere, and I was just really bored, and I missed singing and I missed music, so I started posting these videos on social media, not knowing at all that, you know, 2 or 3 years later, touring the world and
how incredible.
Big auditoriums. It's been pretty amazing.
And so many followers too. Yeah. All right. I know you're going to play a little something for us right here, but I want to show one picture because this is like I'm always impressed with you. But we're on vacation in Massachusetts and we're walking down the street and there's this billboard like Benny Benack is playing here tonight, and I was like, oh my gosh, Benny Benack is here.
You're everywhere. You're everywhere.
Oh man, that was a great club, Smoke Jazz Club in New York City. One of the owners there opened that club in P-Town, and so much fun. Just trying to keep up with Stella Cole, you know, around the world.
Well, we'd love to hear you both perform a little bit for us, so why don't you take it away?
Absolutely.
We'll be your private audience here.
This is a song from one of my favorite musicals, Singing in the Rain, that we do in the show. We felt it was an appropriate one. You'll see why in a second. Good morning, good morning. We've talked the whole night through. Good morning, good morning to you.
Oh, good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you.
When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright.
Now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say good night, so say good morning, good morning. Sunbeams will soon shine through. Good morning to you. When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright. Now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say good night, so say good morning, good morning. Sunbeams will soon shine through. Good morning to you. Good morning, Jabu. That's the name of our tap dance.
That's right.
Good morning, ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da, to you.
Oh,
that's awesome. Oh, I love it.
For us. It's very rare that you get to watch a performance within 3 feet of you.
I know.
But it's so cool.
Yes.
So cool.
Baby.
Thank you both so much for being with us today. This is really neat. Benny Benak III and Stella Cole will be joined by tap dancer Jabu Graybeal tonight at the Byam Theater to bring a century of Broadway's biggest hits to the heart of downtown Pittsburgh.
And for tickets to Some Enchanted Evening from the Dentons, Cohen, and Grisby Trust Presents and the Pittsburgh Cultural Trust, go to our website, pittsburghtodaylive.com.